Thanks, Andre, and let's talk some more about the Thor Love and Thunder trailer. Actually, before we talk about the trailer, can we just talk about that poster? Oh my gosh, I love that poster. First off, it's nice that it's not one of those usual all the characters in a circle posters. We'll get that later, I'm sure. But is it just me, or does this poster give some mad He-Man and the Masters of the Universe vibes? Like, that is a straight up He-Man poster. By the power of Asgard, I have the power! Thor. I love the beginning of this trailer with Thor running. We see different stages of his life. I love that one of the shots is a very comic book accurate version of the Thor costume. Even if they're just Easter eggs, it's still nice to see. But it looks like Thor might be going through a mid-god life crisis. So of course you play Guns N' Roses. He mentioned that his hands that were once used for battle are now just humble tools for peace. We even see him putting his most recent weapon, Stormbreaker, into the ground. Wouldn't it be crazy if Thanos' head was underneath that? He told him to aim for the head, so he did. Because he's a god that's been fighting for so many years and one of his biggest battles is now over, he's asking himself, who is he now? I have to figure out who I really am. So yes, Thor, God of Thunder, is going through an existential life crisis as the world around him changes. I have no idea how to relate to that at all. Whoa, sweet gentleman. We also see Thor working off his post-Thanos weight. Hey Thor, can you give us some secrets? Everybody post-2020 would love to know. Also, absolutely love the strongest Avenger hat that he's wearing. Some nice Sharpie penmanship on that hat to make it say the strongest Avenger. Good callback to a joke from Thor Ragnarok. And if you remember from the end of Avengers Endgame, Thor is now hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and we see some of that in this trailer. I can already tell just from looking at this trailer, that's gonna lead to some pretty hilarious moments with Thor and the Guardians. Also, check out the suit Thor is wearing. I love it. Ravager Thor, I believe it's called. Ooh, Ravager, huh? I mean, I know about the Ravagers from Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm just saying, Ravager Thor. That sounds like, you know, something you would see at a dance club. Bandale. He has this new outfit because he's hanging out with the Guardians, and he also has this new outfit because new toys have to be made. It's about that merch! But in this one shot in the trailer, it looks like Thor is staying behind as the Guardians move on to make their third movie, finally. Thor even says that his superhero days are done. So this might be the part where Thor is like, I'm retired. I'm getting too old for this shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Guardians just show up in the first part of this movie and then they move on, just to bookend what happened with Thor and the Guardians and Avengers Endgame. But you know, in true Marvel fashion, they could always come back third act and help save the day with Thor. Who knows? The movie comes out in July. I can wait. Thor's not gonna be alone because Korg is right there with him. Korg even got himself a new outfit that looks straight out of Masters of the Universe. Why am I getting such strong He-Man vibes from this? Is that a goat powered boat? I just saw a goat boat. I got nothing else to say about it. I'm just saying I just saw a goat boat. Rudolph with your nose so bright. I am just in awe at how beautiful so many scenes look in just this trailer alone. This is going to be a great movie to watch in the theaters. It just looks so awesome. And because Thor is playing more into fantasy than maybe some of the other Marvel Studios properties, that fantasy element allows them to make these epic shots that look like they're straight out of the comic books. I think one of them is actually straight from a comic book panel. So I just think it's cool they're embracing that. Even though it has its own universe, it makes those ties back to its comic book roots every now and then. However, this is coming from a guy whose comic book reading when he was a kid was mostly Archie. So, Jughead loves burgers, man. And check out this new outfit that Thor has. Toys in stores now. Check the Hasbro Pulse. Yeah, I'm loving this new outfit that's shiny and bright, bold colors. It just looks really good on Hemsworth. Is that Zeus? Like, when I was watching the trailer, I didn't react as much to that part when I watched it for the first time, when Zeus just appeared on the screen, because there was a part of me in my head that went, that's gotta be Zeus. But then again, I don't know. Marvel has a bunch of characters that can be based on other things, so maybe that's a Marvel character I don't know about, and I don't want to be like, oh, that's Zeus, and someone be like, oh no, man, that's this random Marvel character. But nah, it's Zeus. I even looked it up. Apparently, Russell Crowe is playing him. Zeus is in this movie. Okay, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You're gonna have a god butcher. Might want to have some gods around. I honestly had no idea. Like, I knew about some other things with this movie, but I had no idea that Zeus was gonna be in this, so that's cool. Shazam. We get a nice look at New Asgard which I guess is now a tourist attraction. What is this, Busch Gardens now? Yeah, you see tour buses in the shot. You see cruise ships. Are they gonna have a hotel like the Disney Star Wars hotel? This honestly makes a lot of sense to me that New Asgard would be a tourist attraction. Like, did you ever go on a school field trip where you went to some place where they all acted like they were still living in colonial times or Viking times? I would love it if that's what New Asgard is like. Like, you have people that actually live there, but then you have this weird like touristy thing where people play up what it's like to be Asgardian. Oh man, is Matt Damon coming back for this? You know how he played Loki in Thor Ragnarok? He would be perfect to be in New Asgard playing that. We also see Valkyrie, or shall I say King Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson, up in this. At the end of Avengers Endgame, Thor obviously recommended that Valkyrie should run New Asgard. She's not wearing her usual Valkyrie outfit. She's up in a business suit, looking like she borrowed that from when she was working on the Men in Black movie. She seemed to be in some political meeting and you could tell that she is done. She is out of it. I have a sneaky suspicion in this movie that she's gonna wanna do some more warrior action and not so much political debates. This bit with Thor leaning in to look at Peter, AKA Super Mario, had me rolling. It was just so funny. So Peter has this whole quote in the trailer where he's like, do you feel lost? Just look into the eyes of the people that you love. And then you see Thor with those piercing eyeballs, just slowly leaning in, smiling at all, looking directly in Peter Quill's face. And he's like, no, not me, bruh. And he's like, oh, I just, just listening. I don't know why, that just had me laughing. I think there's just something about a slow lean in into shot that just always gets me. Also, what did they do with his eyes? Is his eyes literally that bright? I mean, I feel like that they are like shining. I'm not saying that Chris Hemsworth's eyes look bright. I'm just saying that if a gremlin looked into him, he might melt. Bright lights. Thor around, bright eyes. Sorry, I couldn't. I tried to stop the dumb joke, but it just was there. And the moment that title popped up, I was like, this ain't the end of the trailer. You got one more thing for me. Just go ahead and give it to me. And boy, did they give it to me. Oh my gosh. Portman. Seriously, SNL, get Natalie Portman to come back before this movie comes out. I need a Natalie Rap 3. Natalie. Yes, we get Natalie Portman, AKA Jane Foster, AKA Thor lady. Looking good, looking jacked. You are my god now. God dang! And she got the hammer too, but it's all cracked up. Now in Thor Ragnarok, of course, Hela grabbed that hammer and crushed it. So I'm wondering, is this the Elmer's glue version of that hammer? Like, did they put it all back together with some silly putty and boom, we've got a new hammer back? And with Doctor Strange about to multiverse of madness us, I'm wondering, is this our Jane Foster that just now has the power of Thor? Or is this a Jane Foster Thor from an alternate universe? But it doesn't matter. Either way, she just looks so awesome. Them guns! She packing the ports. Padme is ripped, y'all. Say something about the mother prickles. Now, I'm not hardcore on the comics because, again, Archie, but I know that there was a female Thor run that happened in the comics. But as always, the comics and what happens in the MCU are not always the same. There's a lot of inspiration, but the MCU is doing their own thing. So I'm just looking forward to what their thing is with this new version of Thor. The only thing that was missing out of this trailer was Christian Bale. He's supposed to be playing Gore the God Butcher. We don't see him at all in this trailer, but I have a feeling he's gonna probably show up in the next one. But I'm glad we got something. I know people have been waiting forever for Thor Love and Thunder to put something out. So I'm glad that they finally did. The movie is supposedly coming out July 2022, coming straight to the theater. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I really enjoyed this teaser. I felt like this was a good teaser trailer where it just gave me the vibe of what to expect in this movie without getting too much into details. But then again, it's a Marvel movie, y'all. Like, do you really need to advertise to me? You could have just showed me that He-Man movie poster and I would have been fine. At this point, just go movie, date, see you there. And I'll be like, all right, what did you think of the Thor Love and Thunder trailer? Are there any other Easter eggs in there that I missed that you want to talk about? Or just what are you hoping to see in this movie in general? I have fun talking about these things with you and I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000.